In Motion, there are a ton of reports you can build to explore iteration opportunities. Today, we're going to explore our landing page report, so essentially seeing if there is an opportunity to change a landing page, which I'll dive a little bit deeper into. So to go ahead and build this report, first thing you're going to want to do is click Create Report up in the top left-hand corner, and you're going to build a top-performing report. Now, I already have one built here, so I'm going to walk you through the different filters that I added onto this. So first thing you're going to want to do is add a spend filter. I'm going to add spend above $1,000 in my case. I essentially just want to only be pulling in ads that I know in general are working, ones that are scaling. We don't want to be pulling in ads that have only had like a couple dollars of spend, for example. So I'm going to add that for spend above 1,000. Next thing I'm going to throw on are my two performance metric filters. So to add those on, you can click Add Filter, type in Performance Metrics, and this is where you're going to be able to type in, for example, click score, and you'll see those two options pop up for click and convert. I'm going to add a click score of 70 or greater. Click score of 70 or greater essentially means we were able to get people to click out really well. We know in general the messaging is really working on our ad. People are super curious about what's going on and they're going to our website. So click score 70 or above. Now I'm going to throw in a second one, which is this one here of a convert score of below 70. So in this case, we're essentially saying, hey, we got people to click out. People were curious and interested. Once they got to our site, they weren't converting. Something to keep in mind is, remember, convert score is only purchase focused. So if you are, for example, app install or lead focused, you're going to want to change this up a little bit. For example, instead of a convert score, you're probably going to look at that ability from click to leads or click to app install, for example. So this one is specifically focused on purchase, but you can manipulate this a little bit to be based on that bottom line metric if it's not purchase. So just keep that in mind. So for example, I'm throwing those two on to say ads that got people to click out, but ads that aren't converting. Once I've added that on, I'm going to swap over to card view here, which is the 4 squares. That just allows me to see my creative first and forefront. So personally, I just like looking at this view to see what's going on here. And then I'm going to throw those two metrics on as well. So I'm going to add click score and convert score here as well. Now, last thing I'm going to want to do is organize my ads by the lowest convert score, I guess you could say. Head down to your table chart. Scroll over to the convert score, wherever you see it, and organize it by lowest to highest. These will essentially be the ads that have the most opportunity for us to iterate on because they really aren't doing a good job at converting. But like we said, we know they're getting people to click out. So how I like to think about this is here are our top 8, for example, ads that are just not converting like we had wanted them to. How can we start to explore some changes? I would think of first, we know, like we said, the ad is getting people to click out. What messaging are you using? What type of angle? Is it a certain problem solution messaging you're using within the ad? What kind of talent is focused within the ad as well too? What kind of imagery? And do people get that exact same experience when they get to your landing page? Are we mentioning completely different types of problem solution angles, completely different imagery, for example, because maybe there is a mismatch or a disconnect between those two different sides of watching the ad and then actually going to the site to purchase. So start to think about, are there elements of the ad itself we can bring into the landing page to make that experience a little bit more cohesive and see if we can then get more people to convert.